Welcome to the last video of the Linux Hacker series, and today we are going to look at hardware commands that you can use to obtain hardware information from your system. When you are starting out with Linux, one of the most useful skills is to know how to ask the system what hardware it's running, and Linux usually exposes a lot of this information through simple commands that we are going to cover here today. The first command that I want us to look at is the uname command, which is used to show basic system information such as the kernel version. I'll jump to my machine and then I'm going to open the terminal. So you're going to say uname -a. So A is for all information, and you can see we're able to obtain that information. The other command I want us to look at is the lscpu, which is used to display detailed CPU information. So we are going to say lscpu, and with that you can see we can be able to obtain all this information. Okay, so you can see the architecture. I'm in a 64-bit architecture machine. You can see the CPU model that I'm using and all that. The other command is used to show RAM usage, the total memory, and the used memory, the free memory, and the swap space in a human readable format. Okay, so you just come to your terminal and say free, then -h. So the -h is for it to show in human readable format, because if we give it in that format, you can see we only have random numbers, which most users might not understand what they mean. But if you add that argument for -h, now you can see it's giving us the number in megabytes and gigabytes format. So we can be able to see the total RAM that we have, the used, the free, and also the swap space that is available. What if you want to list the storage devices that are connected on your machine, such as the hard disk, SSD, USB drives, and including the partitions that are mounted from those particular drives? Okay, so what you do, we use a command called lsblk. So you're going to say lsblk. So I'm in a virtual machine, so I'm only going to have one disk or a single drive. But if you have multiple drives, they are going to be displayed there together with their partition and their mount name. Okay, so this is the mount name, SDA1. df command is used to display disk space usage for all mounted file systems, showing how much space is used and how much is available. Okay, so you can just say df, then -h for human readable. I can say df -h for human readable format. I'm able to get a list of disk space usage for all mounted file system on our machine. Then we have the inx command, which is used to provide a full overview, including CPU, monitor disk, graphics, and network information. So what I'm going to say inx, then -fx. And with that, you can see we get a very detailed summary with colors that provides a full system overview, including the CPU, memory, disk, graphics, network information that you might need to know about your system. This tool doesn't come pre-installed in your Kali Linux machine, so make sure to install it. The other command I want us to look at is the lsusb, which is used to list all connected USB devices like flash drives, webcams, keyboard, and mouse. If you have them there, it's lsusb. And with that, you can see those are the devices that are connected to our system. What if you want to display information about PCI devices such as the network card, graphics card, and sound cards that are available on your machine? You can use this command. You just say lspci, and with that, you're going to get information about the PCI devices that are connected to your machine. Last but not least, we are going to look at a command that gives you a very detailed hardware information about your entire system. So this is another command that does that. And for this one, you're going to need sudo, okay, because it needs permission from the root user to be able to display this information. Then we're going to say sudo lshw. And with that, we can get also another detailed list about our system. You can see all here, we have that. can see here, we are getting all that information about our system. So that's it for this video. Hope you're enjoying the series, and let me know what other videos you'd like me to cover on these Linux topics, and I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. Peace.